Hi, I'm Bob, your Executive Director of Prime Plus Senior Centers, and this is Prime Time with Bob on location. I am getting ready. I'm going to mask up, and I'm getting ready to go to Rome. I think that's where the Sistine Chapel is, because the Sistine Chapel and Michelangelo and Allie are right here to take me on the tour. How you doing, Allie?
Hi, Bob. Welcome to the Vatican.
Now, I tried this early to go to the Vatican, and it didn't quite make it, so you're not going to disappoint me, are you? I'm masking up. Here I am, just like you. Norfolk Airport?
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Get in you're zooming on over. So here we are. We are at the Vatican City in Rome. So
awesome.
We're here in Norfolk. We're actually at MacArthur Center. Hi, everybody. My name's Allie Pereira. I am the Public Relations Director at the Virginia Arts Festival. So excited to give you a little sneak peek tour of our Michelangelo, A Different View exhibit. So we are open over here at MacArthur until August 30th. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it, show you around so that you might want to come. We can't travel right now, obviously, but we can travel over to MacArthur Center, put our masks on, and you know, find some insight. Now more than ever, we need that.
Okay, Allie, before you get started,
a little show of where I am.
Yeah,
I'm on the second floor of MacArthur.
All right. Okay. And that's why you're breaking up a little bit. There you go. There's nobody there right now because you have a secret entrance that got you in early, right? Okay, as modern technology goes, we're breaking
That's right.
up.
There's no one here. We open at 11 o'clock.
Okay, why don't you move on over a little bit closer to Rome because you're breaking up a little bit. Allie, we're having some technical issues. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Now you're in. Okay, do we need to do some viewer advisories? Because Michelangelo didn't like clothes.
It is some mature content. I will say, you know, this is from the 1500s we're talking. So it's maybe not suitable for young kids. There is some nudity, there are some graphic images, but for the most part, this is really just this is biblical references, right? The book of Genesis. There's Jesus, and there's a lot of references to you know, to the devil and to God. So we're walking in. I'm hoping you can kind of see our entrance here. When you actually come, there'll be a nice box office Virginia Arts Festival person to greet you. A couple of ground rules. Face masks must be worn at all times. There is no photography or videography inside the exhibit. So I say that I'm giving you guys the exclusive peek so that you can come and see it for real, but you can't take pictures. So this is your one chance to get a little preview before you come.
So guys viewing this, share it. You know, go for it.
The first thing I would suggest you do is download our reading guide. We're trying to keep this a completely contact-free experience. Because of COVID, we don't want anything to exchange hands, no passing of germs. So you can visit our website and download the guide ahead of time, or you can bring your phone with you and scan our QR code. This is the QR code, and it'll take you directly to the website where the guide lives. So what the guide will do is it will tell you a little bit about each piece as you're walking through it. So for example, we start here. What you'll do with your guide is find number 1, and this diagram will tell you if you were in the actual Sistine Chapel, this is where that piece would be on the wall. So we start here with number 1. You'll read a little bit about the piece in the guide, and then you can look at it. So these are all, go ahead.
These are wall art then?
Correct. So when we walk into the Sistine Chapel, these are on the wall, kind of arcing up towards the ceiling.
Okay, because we hear a lot about the ceiling art, but so there's art throughout the whole chapel then.
Oh yes, I'm gonna take you and show you. I'm not gonna like study the pieces because I want you guys to come and see them for yourselves, but this is what the Sistine Chapel actually looks like.
Now, Allie, one of the things I understand too, you're gonna be controlling the number of people for safety purposes, but in a way it also provides a really intimate view, because nobody's going to be pushing you along, right?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. When I went to the Sistine Chapel, it's of course a big tourist hotspot.
Now,
So
now
there
wait
are
a minute.
lot
Wait a
of
minute.
people.
Did you say when you went to the Sistine Chapel?
I went a long time ago. I
The one at the
probably should
mall?
go back. And there's so many people when you go. So we are excited because this is going to be a much more intimate experience. You won't have, you won't be craning your neck to look up at the ceiling. Normally the artwork that you're seeing in this exhibit, when you go to Italy, it's 70 feet above your head. So here you're going to have like unprecedented closeness to this work. So again, we're in the second floor of MacArthur Center, right next to Dillard's. So
And I saw that arrow, so it tells you where to go.
Yes, we're trying to, hopefully people can follow the arrows to keep in line with the exhibit guide, and also practice social distancing. We took a little nod from Michelangelo in our artwork for these.
Oh, cool.
The creation of man. They're not quite touching, so please keep 6 feet apart.
I love it. Hey, Ali, by the way, the other advantage of not having to crane your neck up is for those of us that wear progressive lenses, someday you'll understand this, it gets blurry.
Yes.
Just thought I'd let you know.
That's the thing, though, with these recreations. So these are not, it's obviously painted in the Sistine Chapel, but these are high definition photographs of the paintings.
Oh,
but this is a brand new technology that it's printed on a really thin film. It's a fabric. So you can still see the brush stroke detailing. The cracking of the actual walls is still displayed in the art. You feel like you're really looking at a painting. It's pretty remarkable. So we keep going. The entire exhibit, like you were saying, we're doing a timed entry to keep social distancing as well. So we're letting in, when you reserve a ticket, you reserve a time slot. So it's about every 15 minutes, we let about 10 people or so in, depending on what the capacity is. We're trying to keep the entire exhibit under 50 people at one time.
Ali, I hate to ask this because you're going to scare the daylights out of me. It's got to be expensive.
Bob, the best news ever. It's $10.
Huh? You're $10 a person?
It's $10.
That's awesome.
But there's a group rate for Prime Plus.
All right.
So you can call our box office and get a group discount for Prime Plus.
Oh, you're awesome, Ali. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's cool.
If you want to bring the kids, the grandkids, any students under 25 are $5. So half price for those guys, for the young ones.
Cool.
So here we're coming into the finale, the final kind of side. There are 2 rooms. We were looking at the walls. When we get over here to the final kind of turn of the exhibit, these are the ceiling panels. So like I said, these are normally 70 feet above your head.
This is where I'll have to go like this.
Right, but what we've done is we've put the ceiling on the floor.
Oh, cool.
So you can actually come and study. You're going to recognize some of the books from the Bible in here. There's Noah down towards the very end. But the big one that everybody looks for, the recognizable one, like I had said, was the creation of man.
Yeah.
The creation of Adam. So you can there's 9 panels, but I'm telling you, you're still going to be able to see the detailing. It's pretty remarkable how this company was able to reproduce these things, because you do feel like you're there.
And I understand, is this the first time in America?
This is the first time in the U.S. this year.
Wow.
So it was supposed to be up in Baton Rouge back in March, but when the pandemic started, obviously, we couldn't gather. So they went dark. We were supposed to have it here in May. It was always the plan for it to be in this space, but it's convenient that it worked out for us because it really encourages social distancing. It really follows the CDC guidelines that we weren't even thinking of back when we booked it for this past spring.
Well, and Ali, you guys are known for tattoo and bringing the classics to Norfolk from all around the world. So you know how to do it right as the arts festival. So something tells me you've done this right.
This, I really can't express, especially as somebody that's been to the Sistine Chapel, this is a much better experience. We have the beautiful music piping over as you're walking through. You'll hear that miserere music that was composed specifically for the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, okay.
It's a really unique and lovely experience. I really, really hope that, anyone watching this will find the chance to put your mask on and come see us, because it's not a huge chunk of your day. It's air conditioned.
And if you're scared of flying, you don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about getting on a plane. Exactly.
I know it doesn't and I have an inside scoop that tells me the restaurants on Granby, you can eat outside, and they're better than the ones outside of Sistine Chapel.
I have a hunch that you're right.
So
There's outdoor seating. Make it a
so
full
what are the
day.
hours? What are the hours of the exhibit then?
So we're aligned with the mall. We're open from 11 to 7.
Wow. Okay.
On Sundays 11 to 6. We're closed on Mondays.
So you can come over, enjoy the show, and then do some shopping and really enjoy downtown Norfolk too.
Exactly.
Again, it's better than Rome, I've been told.
I'd like to think so.
But you know better than that because you've been there. I haven't been.
These are the Quattrocentes. So these were actually Michelangelo's inspiration for the paintings that he did, the frescoes that you saw before. So you can kind of see where he got inspired, you know, what he was looking to at the time. And it's just really interesting I've learned a little bit about Michelangelo in the time that we've had this exhibit. And he really didn't want to do this work. He was commissioned by the Pope. And it took him, I think, 4.5 years to do all of these paintings. And, you know, at that point, to me, if it were me, I'm like, that's my life work. You know, I'm done. I've done what I need to do reluctantly. But then 25 years later, he's in his, I don't know, mid to late 60s, probably thinking about retiring. Nope. 25 years later, he painted the Last Judgement. So this is the back wall. The back wall that you would see when you walk into the chapel. This is not to scale. This is a much trimmed down version of the Last Judgement that you would see there, but it's quite beautiful, especially getting up close and studying the details. I'm not going to give away too much of the details, but this Last Judgement is something really special to come and see as well.
Wow. And when he was commissioned to do this, Hallie, he actually was known as a sculptor, not a painter,
That's
right?
right. That's right. You're exactly right, Bob. So he didn't even want to do it. He said he's a sculptor. He's not a painter. He was known for obviously the statue of David. That was his big claim to fame at the time. And I just don't, it's crazy to me to think that somebody who was 70 feet up, laying on his back on a scaffolding tower, probably was not in the best of places with what he was having to work on at the time. But it's beautiful. It's
a lot of dripped paint, you know?
Absolutely.
Well, you know, at Prime Plus, we talk about new beginnings. That's the ultimate new beginning. And it's easier to do it here than it is over there. Wow.
Absolutely.
Hallie, thanks for opening up just for Prime Plus and for all of us to look at getting a sneak peek.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So MacArthur Center, second floor.
Right next to Dillard's. So probably the best garage to park in is the one that's closest to Dillard's if you want easiest access. And there's an elevator, there's an escalator. Come see us on the second floor. You really can't miss us. The windows are quite large. It's the old Forever 21 clothing store. That's the space that we're technically in.
But what's really cool is it doesn't look like it at all. You guys did a great job of converting it.
It does look, you would never know that previously to this, there were clothes all over the place because the lighting is nice and it's a nice wide open space for this exhibit.
Well, good, because having never been 21, I haven't been in that, so I'll come next. Hallie, thanks a lot for showing us the wonderful magic of Michelangelo and the Sistine Chapel without having to take an airplane. I appreciate it.
It was a great trip. It was a great trip, wasn't it?
Thanks a lot. Hey, keep in mind, stay safe and stay connected. Thanks a lot.